Kristen. Thank you for joining me for today's yoga practice. Go ahead and grab some blocks, maybe a strap, anything you need to help assist you in today's vinyasa flow. We're going to go through a 60-minute power flow today. So grab a water, get whatever you need, and meet me on the mat. We're going to go ahead and start today's practice laying down on our back, taking a few minutes to just connect to our breath. Maybe doing a full body scan, starting to be an observer to how we feel. Release any judgments you may have about where you should be in today's practice, and just settle into your breath, breathing in through your nose, out through your nose. Starting to make that mind-body-breath connection. Maybe you decide to place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart as you start to feel the rise and fall of the inhales and exhales. As you inhale, you feel your lungs expand and your belly rise. And as you exhale, your belly lowers, your lungs deflate. Making this connection. Remember that this is your practice. I'm simply here as a guide. Skip any postures that you feel bring you discomfort. Don't ever push yourself into anything. Take any adjustments you need, any modifications. When we practice yoga, it's not about standing on one foot. It's about how we treat ourselves when we fall. So be kind to yourself and just be happy that you showed up today. You can stay here with that natural flow of breath. Maybe you let your hands fall back to the side, or maybe you start to bring your awareness to your ujjayi breath, breathing in through your nose, out through your nose with a slight constriction in your throat, making the sound of oceanic waves. This is an audible breath. Whichever you choose, this is the breath that's going to move you through today's practice. Anytime your mind starts to wander, bring your awareness back to that breath. On your next inhale, raise your arms up above your head, stretching your fingertips, stretching your toes, taking that morning stretch. Maybe you reach your right foot and your right arm out longer than the left, and then your left foot and your left arm longer than the right. And just take a moment here, stretching from side to side. And then maybe you flex your toes towards you and point your toes away. Flex your toes towards you, point your toes away. One more time. Flex your toes towards you, point them away. Maybe you roll out your wrists in one direction and then the other. And then maybe you let your toes fall out to the side, and then you bring them to meet in the middle. Fall out to the side, into the middle. One more time. Toes fall out to the side, then come across in the middle. And then on your next breath, let's take your right hand, grab your left wrist, take your left ankle, cross it over your right. Inhale, take a big stretch, and on the exhale, bend to the right side, coming into this crescent moon shape. Really stretching in our left side body, sending that breath to any sticky spots we may have, and just breathing here. Maybe on our exhales, we get a little deeper into that stretch. We're going to be here for one more full round of breath. And then we're going to go ahead and undo that bind, come back to center, stretch out our hands, stretch out our toes. And then take your right wrist in your left hand, cross your right ankle over your left. And then bend to the left side of your mat, taking that crescent moon shape over here. To the left. Maybe on those exhales, you bend a little deeper, really feeling that stretch in your right side body. Staying here for one more cycle of breath. And then we're going to go ahead and release. Come back to center. Inhale, arms up, reaching over your head, taking that stretch. And on your exhale, bring your knees one at a time towards your chest, giving yourself a nice squeeze. Maybe you lift your forehead off the mat, bringing your knees and your face a little closer. And then as you exhale, lower that upper body. Keep your right knee in, extend your left leg out. Take your right hand, bring your right arm to a T, palm facing down. Right knee and left hand, and start to peel your right knee towards the left side. Keep your right shoulder glued to the mat. Your gaze can be up towards the sky, or you can turn your head to the right, taking this little supine twist. Breathing here. Beautiful job. And then we're going to come back to center, hug your right knee in. And then bring your left to meet your right. Give everything a tight squeeze, and then extend your right leg out as you hug your left knee in. Left arm comes out to a T, palm facing down. Right hand helps guide the left knee up and over so your hips are stacked. Left shoulder glued to the mat. Gaze is up or over the left shoulder, taking the supine twist on the other side now. Taking a few moments here to breathe. And then on your next breath, you're gonna meet me back in center, hugging both knees in one more time. Maybe you bring your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat, tight squeeze. And then go ahead and release. Bringing the soles of your feet to the mat, knees are pointing up. Setting up into our bridge pose. So maybe we walk our heels a little closer to our glutes, our palms are facing down, fingertips reaching towards the end of the mat. On our next breath, we're gonna inhale, lift our hips, lift our arms up overhead. On the exhale, hips down, hands down, bringing some movement here, connecting our breath to that movement, warming up our body. Inhale, hips up, arms up. Exhale, hips down, arms down. 2 more times, your breath, your movement. Make sure you're squeezing your glutes, squeezing your thighs, keeping your knees hugged in towards each other. 1 more time. Hips up, arms up, and release. Beautiful job. Now from here, let's give ourselves a tight squeeze 1 more time. Maybe rock our hips from side to side, take some circle motions. Do whatever feels good in your body here. Just warming up that spot. And then let's take our hands behind our knees and start to rock and roll. So however many times it takes you to get to that seated position. And then we're gonna make our way into our tabletop. So bring your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. Navel's pulled up towards the spine. Gaze is out in front of you. Let's flow through some cat-cows here. As we inhale, drop your navel towards the mat. Your gaze comes up into that cow position. And as you exhale, tilt your pelvis, arch your spine. Bring your gaze between your knees towards the back of the mat. Cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Use your breath to flow here. You don't need me to breathe for you. If there's any fluid movements your body's calling for, go ahead and do that. Maybe you look over one shoulder and then the next. Maybe you take some barrel rolls. Maybe you just rock side to side. I'm gonna be here for 2 more breaths. And then we're all gonna meet back in that tabletop position with our neutral spine. Inhale, right arm rises. Exhale, thread the needle. Bring your right hand underneath your left. You can keep your left hand underneath your shoulder, or you can walk your left hand out in front of you. You can also go for that bind, bringing your left hand behind your small back. Maybe you even extend your left foot out. If you really want to challenge here and you feel like you need a quad stretch, go ahead and bring that left foot towards your left hand. And breathe. Taking a few moments here. And then we're going to go ahead and release. Knees meet, left hand plants. Inhale, right arm rises. Exhale, right hand plants. Take a moment to readjust. And then as you inhale, bring your left hand up. And as you exhale, thread the needle. Left hand under right, left ear towards your mat. Right shoulder. Right hand is placed under your right shoulder. You can keep your hand here, or you can walk it out in front of you. You can also go for that half of a bind. Maybe you extend your right leg out, really shifting your right shoulder over your left. Maybe you stay here. If you'd like a little bit more balance, tuck those left toes as you bring your right foot up, going for that quad stretch. Remember, do what works for you. And if you fall, that's okay. Get back up. And then we'll all meet back in our tabletop position. From here, let's go ahead and go through one round of cat-cows. Back to our tabletop. Let's tuck our toes and come into our first down dog. Maybe take a minute here to stretch, bending one knee and then the next. Pedaling out our dog. And then we're going to find stillness in our down dog, really pushing into the palms of our hands, particularly that thumb and that middle finger. Weight is in our palms, ears are by our shoulders, knees can be bent so our chest is closer to our thighs. Inhale, and on the exhale, come to your hovering table. Take a few breaths. We're going to be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to your down dog. And then from here, let's lower to our forearms, making our way to our dolphin pose. Taking a few breaths in dolphin. Maybe you extend your right foot up, three-legged dolphin. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your right foot down, and then your left foot comes up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your left foot down, drop to your knees, untuck your toes, sink back to that child's pose. We're just here for one round of breath. And then as you inhale, come back to your tabletop. Tuck your toes, come into that hovering table for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees, untuck your toes, sink back into your child's pose. And then from here, let's do child's pose to chaturanga push-up. So inhale, shift your shoulders forward over those wrists. You can keep your knees to your mat or tuck your toes and lift up. And then you're going to go ahead and lower, push up, back to your child's pose 2 more times. Your breath, your movement, flow at your own pace. 1 more time. And then back to our child's pose. Now from here, we're going to shift forward and we're going to come to our plank position. Toes are tucked, shoulders are over our wrists. You can stay here and hold that plank on like this, or you can drop to your knees. You're going to be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now can you stay here or drop to your knees, and can you take some shoulder taps? Right hand comes to your left shoulder. Right hand plants. Left hand, right shoulder. Left hand plants. 2 more times each side, using your breath to move you. Try not to rock your body too much. 1 more time on each side. And then push into that down dog. Take a moment here. And then start to pedal out your feet. Walk in the dog. If you'd like, you can choose that stillness, or you can pedal out for 2 more breaths. And then we're all going to find stillness. And then we're going to start to walk our feet to meet our hands at the front of our mat, and we're going to hang in that ragdoll. Maybe our hands stay connected to the mat. Maybe we grab opposite elbows. Find stillness here or rock side to side. Whatever your body's calling for. Maybe you shake your head from left to right, or you nod your head up and down. Kind of just warming up that neck. 1 more breath here. And then on your next breath, if you took that bind, go ahead and release your hands towards the mat. As you inhale, slowly roll up, 1 vertebrae at a time. Head, neck, shoulders, last to come up. And then from here, we're going to inhale, arms up, gaze up, tilt your pelvis forward, slight back bend. Come back to center. We're gonna clasp our 3 fingers. We've got our pointer finger and our thumb. Pointer finger up, thumb is in back. Stretch up and then bend to the right. Nice side stretch in that right side body. Maybe you take your left foot, cross it over your right. And then come back to center. Inhale, elongate. Exhale, stretch to the left this time. And then you can always take that right foot and cross it over your left leg. Inhale, back to center. Now from here, we're gonna work on a little bit of balancing. We have a few options. You can kick your right foot out in front of you. Take your peace fingers, extend your right fingers up. Inhale, on the exhale, fold forward, bend your left knee, hook your toes. Look out in front of you so you don't fall down. If you look down, you fall down. Inhale, raise your right leg up. Another option for this is gonna be just kicking that right foot out in front of you, maybe coming to the toes and just bringing your knee up. Whatever works for you is perfectly fine. We're gonna be here for 3 more breaths. 3, 2, 1. Plant your right foot out in front of your left foot. We're making our way into our pyramid pose. So inhale, hands can come to your hips or arms can come out in front of you. As you exhale, start to hinge at your hips, keeping your spine elongated. Back is flat. When you come to that standing tabletop position, put your hands down. Keeping a flat back, maybe your hands come to blocks. Crown of your head reaches out in front of you. Beautiful job, you're in your pyramid. Let's keep a slight micro bend in that front knee and a slight micro bend in that back knee. As we walk our left hand closer to our right foot. Inhale, right arm rises, coming into that revolved triangle pose. Right shoulder stacks over left, hips are still pointing forward. Beautiful job. Coming back down to center here. And then from here, we're gonna bring our hands to our hips and come back up. Right foot steps back to our left. Let's do that again. Other side this time. Left foot kicks out in front of you, coming to the heel. Bend into your right knee. Left peace fingers up. Remember, you can always just grab that knee. Start to hinge at your hips. Keep your gaze forward as you hook your left toe. Inhale, rise. Take a moment. Find your balance. Beautiful job. Back is flat, gaze is forward. And then we're gonna go ahead and release that front foot in front, left foot in front of the right. Take a moment. Hips are square to the front of the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, start to hinge at the hips. Forward fold here. Beautiful job. And then go ahead and grab those blocks or lower your hands to the mat if you don't compromise your back. Gaze is out in front of you. You can stay here or you can take that revolve, walking your right hand closer to your left. Starting to twist your left arm up. Remember, your hips are still square to the front of your mat. Shoulders stack, gaze is up. We're gonna be here for 1 more full round of breath. And then come back to center. Remove your blocks, hands come to your hips, come straight up. This time, step your right foot to meet your left and sink into your chair. Inhale, arms up, tilt your pelvis under slightly. We're gonna be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step your right foot back, then your left. Lower your knees, untuck your toes. Chest and chin to the mat, and then come into your cobra pose. And then come back into a down dog. Right leg rises, 3-legged dog. Stack your right hip over your left, bending that right knee. Maybe you take some ankle circles here, or maybe you take some big hip circles. If you go in one direction, make sure to go in the other. Your weight is evenly distributed between the palms of your hands. We're not dumping into that left side. Now from here, right knee comes to your right elbow. Hold. Plant your right foot next to your right hand. You're in this runner's lunge. Inhale. Right arm comes up. As you exhale, lounging lizard, bringing your hand to the back of the mat. Inhale, back to center. 2 more times. Back. 1 more. Lounging lizard, back to center. Now from here, yogi walk to the back of your mat all the way to the left, coming into a side lunge here. Now from here, you can plant your left hand as you raise your right arm up. Beautiful job. And then your hands are gonna come back down. We're gonna yogi walk back to the front of the mat into that runner's lunge. Now from here, we're gonna make our way to a side plank. You have a couple options. You can take that piece finger, wrap it around your toes, lean to the left side, and walk your foot back with you. Or you just step your back foot, your right foot back. You can always come right down to your knees. Side plank, bringing that left side body up towards the right. Strong here. Head and neck and spine are in alignment. Beautiful job. Come back down to a plank position. And then you can go ahead and flow through that chaturanga push-up or meet me in down dog. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So our left foot rises, three-legged dog. Bend your left knee, open up to that scorpion tail. Evenly distribute the weight between both hands. Take those ankle rolls or those hip circles. And then back to your scorpion tail. Left knee, left elbow. Plant your left foot outside of your left hand. You're in your runner's lunge. Heart's pushing through the window of your arms. Left hand comes up this time, making our way to that lounging lizard. So we roll to the outside edges of our foot as we bring our hand to the back of the mat, hips lower. Inhale, come back to that runners. 2 more times, using your breath, your movement. 1 more. And then back to that runners. Now from here, we're gonna yogi walk to the right side of the mat, walking all the way to the back, coming in to that side lunge. Right hand down, left hand arises. Beautiful job. And then bring your hands down, walk to the front of the mat, coming into that side plank. Remember, you can always take the peace fingers or you can drop to your right knee, step your left foot back, and open up into that side plank. This is your practice, so listen to your body and do what works for you. Meet yourself where you're at today. Every day is different. And then we're gonna come back to our plank position, and then you can chaturanga and meet me in down dog. Beautiful job. Take a moment here, find stillness or pedal it out, whatever your body's calling for. On your next breath, right leg rises, scorpion tail. Let's move a little faster here. Right knee, right elbow, back to our scorpion tail. Right knee to nose, back to our scorpion tail. Right knee, left elbow, hold. Kick your right foot underneath your body and start to open up, bringing your left arm up, coming into that fallen triangle pose. Beautiful job. Then we're gonna bring our left hand back down, slide our right foot back up. Make any adjustments you need. You're back in that scorpion tail. Stay here or flip your dog. And breathe. And then come back to that scorpion tail. And then from here, plant your right foot next to your left. Drop to your knees. Untuck your toes. Sink back to your child's pose just for a breath. We've got to do that all again on the other side. From here, you're gonna inhale to a plank position and then push up into your down dog. Left foot rises, scorpion tail. Moving a little faster here. Left knee, left elbow. Back to your scorpion tail. Left knee to nose. Back to that scorpion tail. Left knee, right elbow, hold. Kick your foot out and start to open up into that fallen triangle. Beautiful job. And then your right hand plants. Bring your left foot back up to that scorpion tail. Stay here or flip your dog. Whatever works for you. And then coming back to our scorpion tail and then to our down dog. Pedal it out here. And then from here, we're gonna walk our feet and our hands to meet at the middle of our mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Hands come to heart center. Inhale through your nose, open mouth, exhale, side out. Let's do that one more time. Now from here, we're gonna make our way into a warrior two from a standing position. Left foot comes forward as your right foot steps back. Heel to arch alignment. Back foot is parallel to the mat, or maybe it's turned in slightly. Arms rise. Shoulders are over our hips. We're not leaning forward. Sink a little lower. Left knee is over our ankle. Strong warrior. Gazes over those front fingertips. Beautiful job. Flip your front palm and exalt. Back to that warrior two. Let's do that again. Flip your front palm and exalt. Back to our warrior two. Now from here, let's take a side angle. Left wrist to left thigh, keeping the bend in our knee. Right shoulder is stacked. Beautiful job. Fingertips are spread wide. Wonderful. And then come back to your warrior two. Spin to the right edge of your mat. Hands come to heart center. Toes are pointing forward on the right side. Start to sink down into that side lunge. Right heel plants as your left toes rise. Hands can come to heart center, they can come to blocks below. Maybe you choose to take the bind here, lifting your left hand up, bringing your left arm behind you, staying in a half bind. If you have a strap, you can always use that strap to make the full bind more accessible, or come into that full bind, taking the right hand underneath that right shoulder, or right knee. Beautiful job. Now from here, bring your hands underneath you. Yogi walk to the front of the mat, coming into that runner's lunge. And then from here, we're gonna open up to that side plank. Left foot steps back, side plank, open up, left shoulder stacks over right. You can always drop your knee. Remember, listen to your body. And then hands plant back into our plank. And then flow through that vinyasa or meet me in down dog. Take one full cycle of breath here in your down dog. And then walk your feet and your hands to meet at the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. We have to do that whole thing again, but this time we're gonna do it on the right side. Right foot steps in front of you as your left foot steps back. Right knee is over your right ankle. Shoulders are over your hips. Back foot is parallel or turned in slightly. Arms come up. Gazes over that front fingertip. Beautiful job. Inhale on the exhale, flip your palm and exalt. Back to our warrior two. One more time. Flip your front palm and exalt. Back to that warrior two. And then from here, let's come to that side angle. Right forearm on your right leg. Left arm reaches up. Shoulders are stacked. Head, neck, spine are in alignment. Straight line of energy from the crown of our head all the way down that left foot. Beautiful job. Inhale, back up to that warrior two. Now from here, turn to this side of your mat. Arms come up, hands come to heart center, and start to sink into the side lunge, this time on that left leg. Coming as low as you can go. It's okay if you don't come all the way down. It's okay if your heel on that left foot is up. Toes on the right foot are up as the heel is grounded down. Maybe you choose to take a half bind. Maybe you choose to work towards that full bind. Beautiful job. And then from here, let's go ahead and release. Yogi walk to the front of your mat, coming back into that runner's lunge. And then we're gonna open up to a side plank on the left side of our body. So however you wanna get there is fine. And then we're gonna hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to your plank, flow through that vinyasa or meet me in down dog. And then from here, let's walk our feet and hands to the middle of our mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Back to heart center. We're gonna flow through that again, but this time we're gonna add on a little bit. So left foot goes forward as our right foot goes back, coming into that warrior two. Taking a minute to get there. Find your warrior. Maybe your back foot walks a little closer to your front. Strong warrior, shoulders are stacked over your hips. Gaze in front of that front finger. Inhale, flip your front palm and exalt. Back to your warrior two. Flip your front palm and exalt. Back to your warrior two. Now from here, extended side angle. Left wrist comes to your left thigh. Right arm up and over. Straight line of energy from your pinky finger to your pinky toe. Head, neck, spine are in alignment here. You can stay here, or you can bring your left hand to the mat or to a block. And then you can always take that half of a bind, reaching your right hand behind you, or you can take that full bind. Now from here, you can stay right here, or you can start to walk your right foot closer to your left and come up into your bird of paradise. Maybe you stay right here, or maybe you extend your left leg out. It's about as far as I can go. You can also try to start to hinge forward. And then we're all gonna meet back in our warrior two. So slowly getting there. Beautiful job. Inhale, arms up. 5-pointed star to that right side of the mat. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Forward fold all the way down to the ground. Placing your hands underneath your heart. Maybe walk your hands behind you. Getting a nice stretch in your legs here. Wide-legged forward fold. And then we'll all walk our hands underneath our heart. Left hand plants as we raise our right arm. Taking that twist. Right hand replaces left. Left hand rises. Back to that forward fold. Let's do that one more time on each side. Left hand plants as the right hand rises. Right hand replaces left. Left hand rises. And then back to that forward fold. And then we're going to bring our hands to our hips. And we're going to come back up. We're going to come to a crescent lunge at the front of our mat. And then from here, step your right foot to meet your left. Sink into that chair. Tilt that pelvis slightly under. Beautiful job. And then from here, let's flow through that vinyasa or meet me in down dog. Hands plant, walk, step, or hop back, knees, chest, chin to cobra or chaturanga, into your up dog, into your down dog. Ooh, we've got to do that again on the other side, so walk your feet and your hands to meet. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Hands come to heart center. Inhale through your nose, open, exhale. Let it out through your mouth. One more time. And let's go to the right this time. Right foot steps forward as your left foot steps back. Coming into your warrior two. Take a moment to get there. Beautiful job. And then inhale, exhale, exalt. Back to your warrior two. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, flip that front palm and exalt. And then come back to your warrior two. Now from here, extended side angle, right arm, right thigh, left hand, up and over. Straight line of energy from our pinky finger to our pinky toe. You can stay here, you can bring your hand to a block, to your ankle or to the floor. You can stay here, you can take that half bind, or maybe the full bind. You can stay here, you can make your way to bird of paradise, stepping your left foot closer to your right, and then bringing your right foot up. Hold your bird of paradise. If you fall, it's okay. Remember, yoga isn't about balancing, it's about how you treat yourself when you fall. And then we're all gonna meet back in our warrior two position. Beautiful job. Now from here, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands plant underneath your heart. And then you can take your right hand to your right leg and your left hand to your left leg and pull into this wide-legged forward fold just a little bit deeper. Take another breath here. And then let's go ahead and come to a flat back. Extend the crown of our head out in front of us. Now from here, bring your left hand underneath your heart. Thread your right hand underneath towards that calf or ankle or foot on your left side. And then maybe here, you take a half bind. Beautiful job. And then we're gonna bring our left hand back underneath our heart, or we're gonna reach our left hand towards our right leg. And then both hands will meet underneath our heart. Now from here, right hand plants underneath the heart as we thread our left hand underneath, coming to that calf, ankle, or foot. And then maybe we take our right hand and we take a half a bind here. Beautiful job. Taking a moment to breathe. And then coming back to center. Hands are underneath our heart. Oops, sorry, wait a minute, I messed that up. So your left hand stays on your right leg. Right hand is under your heart, and then maybe you reach for the other leg. Beautiful job. And then from here, we're gonna bring both of our hands underneath our heart. Heels together, toes out. Bring your hands to the top of your thighs and come into that goddess pose. Beautiful job. Arms are gonna come up, palms are facing away. You can stay here, or you can come lift your right heel up, and then lower, and your left heel up, and then lower. And then inhale, arms up, shift to the crescent lunge in the front of your mat, coming into your crescent. Inhale, on your exhale, windmill your hands down, step your left foot back to meet your right, and flow through your vinyasa, or meet me in down dog. Now from here, we're gonna work on some balancing postures. You can choose to follow along, or you can watch. You can always come to a child's pose, whatever works for you. We're gonna come to that flying pigeon. If you've got a block nearby, go ahead and place it right in front of your head. You can also place a block by your left foot. Coming back into your down dog. Right leg rises. Right knee comes to your right elbow. Bend your left elbow, so you're coming to left elbows to your hips. Start to shift your body forward and lift your left leg off the mat. And remember, if you fall, it's okay. Take a moment here. And then when you're ready, come out of it. Beautiful job. Walk it out. Maybe drop to your knees, untuck your toes. Take a child's pose for a minute, because we're gonna do that again, but this time we're gonna do it on the right side. You might be able to see me a little better. And then from here, remember you got that block in front of you if you'd like to use it for support. Push up into your down dog. You've got this block by your right foot in case you need it. Left leg rises. Left knee comes to that left tricep. Bend your right and off the ground. Into that flying pigeon. A little difficult for me, but doesn't mean it's not difficult for you. Practice makes perfect, or it doesn't, but at least we try. And then we'll all meet back in our down dog. Remove those blocks. And then from here, we're gonna come into our actual pigeon pose. Right leg rises, right knee, right elbow, right ankle towards your left wrist. And we're gonna sink back into our pigeon. If this is uncomfortable for you, you'll always have the option to come to a seated figure four or laying down on your back for a figure four position. You can also take a block and put it underneath your hips. So before you sink down, your shoulders track back towards your hips. Heart pushes through the window of your arms and your gaze is forward. And then when you're ready, on your exhale, you can sink all the way down, bringing your forehead to the mat, or maybe you make a pillow with your hands. Taking a few breaths here, stretching into that pigeon. then on your next breath, we're gonna bring our hands back underneath our shoulders. We're gonna tuck our left toes. We're gonna shoot our hips up, bring our right foot to meet our left, maybe pedal it out for a minute, and take pigeon on the other side. Left leg rises, left knee, left wrist, left ankle, right wrist, coming into our pigeon. First coming up, shoulders track back over our hips, then we sink down into our pigeon pose. Taking a few breaths here. You've done a great job. Our work is not done. We're just taking a moment to stretch out our hips. They did a lot of work today. One more breath. And then we're gonna plant our hands underneath our shoulders, tuck our right toe, lift our hips up, bring our left foot to meet our right. We're in our down dog. Drop to your knees, untuck your toes, bring your hands forward and come down to your forearms, lowering your hips first, making our way into this Sphinx pose. Maybe you take your legs a little wider if there's any pressure in your low back. Heart, push through to the front of that mat, gazes forward. Beautiful job. Now from here, we're gonna lower all the way down. Make a pillow with your hands, bring your forehead to the top of your hands. Now from here, we're gonna lift just the back of our body off the mat. So on your next breath, you're gonna lift just your legs off the mat, keeping the front of your body and your hips glued down. So just your legs are up and you're breathing here. You're not holding. Inhaling and exhaling for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your legs down. Now from here, we're gonna lift just the front of our body off the mat. So we're gonna bring our hands out in front of us. Thumbs are up, pinkies are down. As we inhale, front of our body comes off the mat. And remember, we're engaging our core here. We're even engaging our glutes. And we're breathing here for 5, 4, make sure you're breathing, 3, 2, and 1. Everything down, left ear comes to the mat. Gazes over that right shoulder. Now, on our next breath, we're gonna lift the front of our body and the back of our body off the mat, keeping our hips glued to the mat. However, if you know how to hover, show me how. On your next breath, everything up, coming into that Superman. Make sure you're breathing. Engage your core, engage your glutes, engage those thighs, those quad muscles. You've got it. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're not lowering yet. We're gonna swim. Pedal those arms, pedal those legs, up and down for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right ear to the mat. This time, gazes over our left shoulder. Take a few breaths here. And then we're gonna extend our right arm out to the side as we bring our left hand underneath our left shoulder. Bend your left knee. Toes are flexed towards your calf. Heel is pushed up towards the sky. And then we're gonna start to shift. Push our left hip over our right, bringing our left foot behind us. Stretching into that right shoulder. This is a pretty intense stretch, so only go as far as your body allows. We don't want any discomfort or disease. Take another breath. And then we're gonna come back to our bellies here. And then right hand comes under our right shoulder as our left hand goes out, palm facing down. Left ear to the mat this time. Bend your right foot. Flex your toes towards your calf, heels pushing up. And then start to push your body. So your right hip stacks over your left. Left foot comes behind you. Stretching into that left side shoulder. One side of your body can feel different than the other. So do what works for you. Remember, it's okay if today feels different than yesterday, because tomorrow is going to feel different than today. One more breath. And then we're going to go ahead, come back onto our bellies, bring our hands underneath our shoulders, tuck your toes, come to your knees, and then start to walk your feet out in front of you. Grab your strap. Feet are forward, toes are flexed. Maybe you have a slight bend in your knees. Back is straight, shoulders are over those hips. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, take that forward fold. Lead with your belly button here though. Lead with your heart. Don't bend that back. And then just bring your hands down wherever they are. So keep that flat back. Those shoulders are pulling back. And then maybe you can get a little deeper into that stretch. Breathing here. And then from here, we're gonna come back up, walk our feet in, making our way to a boat pose. So our arms come out in front of us, or maybe they come underneath our knees. We start to lean back with a flat back, engaging our core as we bring our feet off the mat. Maybe we stay here, or maybe we extend our hands forward, or everything up and forward. Do what works for you for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now slowly roll all the way down to your mat, hugging your knees in. And then just rock and roll, massaging that low back. We've got that strap nearby. So we're gonna take our strap and we're gonna put it around the arch of our right foot as we extend our left foot out. So that right foot is coming up towards the ceiling. We've got the strap in both hands and we're just pulling our foot towards our legs, keeping our shoulders, head and neck on the mat. And then we're gonna put the strap in our right arm as we extend our left arm out to a T and open up that hip. Right leg comes out to the side. We're supporting it with the strap in our hands. Beautiful job, breathe here. And then come back to center. And then take the strap in your left hand, right hand comes out to a T, and let your right leg fall over the left side body. Maybe here you gaze to the right. Getting deep into that stretch. And then coming back to center. And then take the strap in both hands again. And this time, pull your upper body off the mat. Shoulders lift, head and neck lift. And then go ahead and bend your knee, lower your upper body. Hug your left knee in to meet the right. And put the strap under your left foot. And then extend that right leg down as you lift your left foot up. Strap is in both hands. Pulling that leg a little closer to you. Beautiful job. Take a few breaths here. And then the strap goes into your left hand. And then you're gonna let your right arm come to a T, palm facing down as your left leg opens up to the side. Wonderful job. Gazes to the right this time or straight up to the sky. And then your right leg is gonna come up and we're gonna take the strap in our right hand and our left arm is gonna come out as we let the strap fall over our right side body. This time gaze is up or to the left. Beautiful job. And then we're gonna come back to center. And then from here, strap goes in both hands. And then as we inhale and then exhale, we pull everything off the mat, shoulders, head and neck. So that head is reaching towards our knee. And then on the exhale, release everything down. Hug both knees in. Remove our strap. Now from here, we're gonna take either a supported bridge, 2 bridges with the option of wheel, or 3 bridges, whatever works for you and whatever's in your practice. So we're gonna go ahead and plant our feet down, walking our heels closer to our sit bones. Hands come down flat, fingertips are pointing towards the mat, maybe they brush your heels. As you inhale, engage your glutes and your thighs and lift your hips up, walking your shoulders underneath you. Maybe you even clasp your fingers. Hug your knees in, don't let your knees splay out. Maybe you even need a block underneath there. If you were coming into supported bridge, just put that block underneath your sit bones. And then let's go ahead and release. Come all the way down. We're gonna do that again. If you felt like when you lifted up, your knees were falling to the side, take a block here and put the block between your knees. Hands come back down to the side. Inhale, lift your hips up. Walk your shoulders underneath. Interlace your fingers. Gazes up. Beautiful job. Hug everything in. And then you're just gonna be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and lower. Now from here, we're gonna take one more bridge, or you can stay in that supported bridge, or you can come into wheel. If you're coming into wheel, you're placing your hands by your shoulders. Fingertips are pointing towards the front of your mat because your elbows are pointing back, so the forearms are pointing behind you. Inhale, start to lift your hips, and then lift everything up, coming off your heels. Beautiful job. Coming into that wheel. And then when you're ready, you're gonna lower it down slowly. And then hug everything in. Tight ball. Rock side to side, do what your body needs. And then from here, we're gonna bring our knees towards our armpits as we grab the outside edges of our feet, coming in to our happy baby. We can find stillness here, we can rock side to side. Maybe we even choose to take straddle, where we take our peace fingers and wrap them around our toes, and we extend one leg out, and then the other. Maybe we extend both legs out. Wherever you want to be. You're gonna be here for about 3 breaths. And there's no rush, but when you're ready, you're gonna come out of that happy baby and allow your body to come into Shavasana. So if you're gonna come in out of happy baby, you're gonna bring those knees in one more time for that hug. Lower your feet to the mat. Extend your feet out long. Palms can be facing up or palms can be facing down. Allow your body to sink into the earth, letting the earth support you. Relax your entire body. Relax your brow. Relax your jaw. Remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Let go. Let your shoulders sink, your hips sink, your heels sink as your feet fall out to the sides. And just settle into your breath. Remember, you can stay in this Shavasana for as long as you'd like, but if you're ready to start your day or carry on with your evening or afternoon, bring those small movements back to your body, wiggling your toes and your fingers, rolling your wrists and your ankles, and then coming into a fetal position on whichever side feels good to you, using your bicep as a pillow. Taking a moment here to pause and to be thankful that you showed up for yourself today, you showed up on your mat. And then you're gonna go ahead and push yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Shoulders are over our hips as we inhale, our arms come up, grabbing all the energy, bringing our hands to prayer and to heart center. I wanna thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. May you think only happy thoughts. May you speak only kind words. May your hearts be filled with love. I hope you have the most beautiful day, the most beautiful week.